Welcome to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the wonderful folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, New Spring Wellness Center, Polylift Boat Lifts, and the great folks at Smokin' Jones and Jones Outpost. And welcome to Lake TV's Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. We are here at the home of the Lakers. We're outside. It's cold. This is football weather, man. You can see we're here with the man, the myth, the legend, head coach Jeff Shore of the Camdenton Lakers. You brought some memorabilia with us today, right?
I did, yeah. I had to throw this on. This is
it's cold.
This old quarterback jacket from, I'm big Laker memorabilia. You know, I like all that stuff. So
yeah.
This is a quarterback jacket from, I think, 1978. And behind it, I've got oddly enough, a really old jacket. It's the Camdenton Tigers. Back in, they used to be the Tigers in the old days. Or we did.
Yeah, before they were the Lakers, they were the Tigers?
Way back when. I claimed that one from Kenny Osborne, who worked at Jack's forever, and he's since passed away. But one of the things he bequeathed me was that jacket, because I like to collect a bunch of Laker stuff. So.
How cool is that? So when did you change names from the Tigers to the Lakers?
Oh, I think that was back. Somebody else would have to know, a little older than me, but it was in probably the 40s or 50s.
Oh, that far back?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that would make sense because the lake didn't come in until the early 30s, right? So there you go.
I may be totally incorrect on that, but it's somewhere along those
It sounded
lines.
good, though, right? Okay, so we've got Coach Jeff Shore here. We're smiling because you won a playoff game Friday night, and hey, every win in the playoffs is a good win.
Yeah, much improved Central team. I thought they played well. They had some good athletes on the team. Did a good job. We were in control of the ball game most of the night or all night, but we had a lot of penalties. I think we almost had 200 yards in penalties. Some of them deserved, some of them not deserved, but that's the way it went. Kind of an odd game, but we got to put away and on to the next one.
I've never heard of a game with almost 300 yards in penalties. That was unbelievable. Was it the refs? Was it the teams? What was going on?
I think just a little bit of everything. Yeah. I think it's a little bit of everything. So you never know. That's one of those I haven't ever experienced before, but we did, and I feel good we won it, and we're moving on.
Absolutely. Okay, so you were very balanced in that win over Central, offensive or passing and running the ball. I'm sure that was not by accident.
No, it got a little nasty out, like middle of the second quarter. It was kind of a spitting a lot of rain, kind of a rough night to play. So we got in our I formation, ran some toss sweep. Adrian Klein ran the ball some, did a really good job, as well as Parkman and Jaden Parkman. And so we did some of that. And then, when it was the weather got a little bit better off and on, we threw it. So it was a good combination, I think.
Okay, who gets the Coach Shore kudos of the week then in the win?
Kale Bentley had 3 touchdowns, played really well, had a couple touchdown catches, and then he had one that the Roach Rattler, Landon Thomas, was running in, and it popped up to him somehow. I'm not sure. We weren't in the end zone already, but Kale claims that it's his touchdown anyway, so we'll give it to him.
Absolutely. And so, spread the wealth, man.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Had an early deep one to Cam Durnan on that right off the bat. And we scored pretty easy right off the bat. And then, defensively, I think we played really well as a team. It was, like I said, it was a little bit of a choppy game, but I thought we did a really good job of getting after the quarterback and playing aggressive.
All right, so you got the first week under the belt in the playoffs this week. Travel to Lebanon, play the top seed in the district, the Yellow Jackets. We'll talk more about that right after this. What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Your time on the water is limited, and Hy-Vee in Osage Beach knows it. Let us do the shopping so you can maximize your lake time. With our Aisles online app, you can have your groceries delivered or ready for contactless pickup when you arrive to the lake. With all your grilling favorites, snacks, fresh produce, and home to the lake's largest wine, spirits, and beer department, your weekend at the lake starts with Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, where you'll find a helpful smile in every aisle.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you've found the perfect boat. Now, to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
Back here, home of the Lakers, the practice field in the background. Camdenton getting ready for week 2 of the playoffs. Coach Jeff Shore with us. And Coach, you got a rematch this week. You got the number 1 seed in the district, Lebanon Yellow Jackets, and that's always fun.
Yeah, the kind of the way it fell, you always want to get to play your rival again. We were hoping to get another shot at it. So we get them a week earlier than we thought. We thought we were going to come through the other side of the bracket. So, it's worked out well. Now we just got to go play and do a good job. So, they're obviously a tall order, but I feel like playing them the first game, we're up 7-6 at half. Second half got away from us a little bit, but, I feel like that we'll be ready to go, and I think kids are excited about playing.
So that second half, you had the lead. You won the first half, 7-6. And then second half, like you said, got away from you. What was the difference? What happened in that second half?
They did a good job of, they're grinding the offense out, and they did a good job, converted a couple fourth downs, got things rolling. We couldn't get anything going really on offense, had some penalties. Again, penalties seem to be the mantra for us. It's hurt us, so we've got to get those cleaned up, and that'll be what this week's about, getting those cleaned up. And, a combination of those things. It was still a tight ball game all the way up until almost the very end. So it was one of those games that it kind of slowly got away from us. It didn't, it wasn't rapid. So we're hoping we can put together a better performance on both sides of the ball and have a different outcome.
So much of this game is mental. I mean, people don't realize that, I don't think, but so much of it is. So when you get a rematch like this, is it play in your favor or their favor? I mean, it's motivation for you guys. You got something to prove here. Maybe it's confidence for them. Who does this benefit?
You never can tell, but always playing a team twice. Honestly, going into the game, we've got nothing to lose. I mean, they've had big expectations all year long, as we, but they've got a really senior-heavy offensive line, a couple, or D1 guy, those kind of things. So I feel like for us, really, it's go out there and freewheel it and play. We got nothing to lose on it. We're really not expected, I guess you would say, to win, which is a different situation for us. Normally, we are expected to. So I think we're the ones that have really no pressure on us and go out and play. Hopefully play well and get something going.
Absolutely. So I got to hear one of your post-game interviews after the win Friday night, and you were saying, "I love our effort. Mm-hmm. Effort's always there. We got to do better on assignments." What does that mean?
Well, if you watch the film, one of our things we stress is effort, like how hard do you actually play? If you're in the stands and you pay money to watch a team play, you want to watch them play as hard as they possibly can. And if you look at our film, our kids are doing that. They're actually playing extremely hard. There's no loafing. There's no taking downs off. They're playing with great intensity and going. We're not always playing good. We don't have our assignments down. Maybe we're not coaching as well as we should. Those kind of things. So it's a combination of all those things of getting us. We've got the main ingredient, and that's playing hard.
Yeah.
That's the first one. So if we can dial those other things in through coaching and through just focus and those kind of things, then we're going to continue to get better, and that's what you want to do. You always want to try to get better as a team.
Yeah, and it's interesting as you never want to look ahead, but we in the media love to look ahead, right? So if you should pull off the upset win Friday, then you would be the team to beat in the district all of a sudden for district championship, and then you might have a home game in the next round after that.
Yeah, that all could happen. But like I said, you're looking way out in front. This is a pretty big one for us Friday.
So what do you need to do defensively? You got Lebanon. You know what they're going to do. You've played them already this year. What do you have to do on defense?
I think defensively, we can't get worn down. I think part of that was our offense. We got to keep hold the ball a little bit longer. Obviously, have a little more success there, and just stay low. You know, I thought we got a little tired last time and lost our technique. You know, and so that's the thing we got to do, and we can help that out by with our offense keeping the ball longer and you know, getting some first downs and having some success there. So it's a yin and the yang there.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have both. So
Absolutely.
Both will have to work together and do a good job. And if we can do that, then we got a pretty good shot.
Yeah, hence last week when you were so balanced in offense, running and throwing, that could be a nice precursor of what you need to do this week.
Could be. So we'll see how it works out.
All right. So little fun question here for you. Is there a game that sticks out in your mind when you were coaching with your dad, right? It's kind of like you've got all these different eras in your life, player, coaching with your dad, coaching on your own. How about coaching with your dad? Is there a game that sticks out for some reason to you?
Yeah, probably two games. Number one would be the Lee Summit West game. It was a semifinal game at home in 2005. And several of my coaches that actually played on the team coach now here. And so we were down a score with a little over a minute left going against the wind, and he calls a swinging gate where it's one group on one side and the other, and we throw a touchdown pass, Daniel Edson to Forrest Jock in the end zone. As he crossed the end zone, I actually have a picture, and most of my family is in the back of that end zone.
Really?
Yeah, going crazy. So that was a big game to go to the state championship.
Yeah.
So that's probably the one that sticks out the most in my mind. Another real quick one was 96. We were down to Helias with very few seconds left, and they already brought the trophy to them in a quarterfinal game, and we hit on a kind of a Hail Mary pass from Cooper to Leahy, and for a big touchdown to win it in the last seconds. So those two games kind of stick out.
Wow. So when you get together with your pops, do you guys sit down and talk about some of those things?
Oh, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. I mean, we talk about a lot of different things. But,
I bet, yeah.
But those come up sometimes.
We're going to have to get you and your dad on the Lake TV Spotlight show, and we'll talk about some of those memories.
That would be entertaining.
In the off season, absolutely. So that's Coach Jeff Shore. They get ready for Lebanon on Friday night. Coming up here in a second, we're going to go over to Osage, talk with Coach Shannon Jolly as their season comes to an end.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission. Your time on the water is limited, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach knows it. Let us do the shopping so you can maximize your lake time. With our Isles online app, you can have your groceries delivered or ready for contactless pickup when you arrive to the lake. With all your grilling favorites, snacks, fresh produce, and home to the lake's largest wine, spirits, and beer department, your weekend at the lake starts with Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, where you'll find a helpful smile in every aisle.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you found the perfect boat. Now, to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
And welcome back to the Lake TV Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. You can see we've made our way over to the School of the Osage, the home of the Indians. Head coach Shannon Jolly with us, and I'm very sad to say for the last time this football season. Your season came to an end last Friday night. You guys had a really tough one at Blair Oaks, the defending state champs, and they turned it on.
Yeah, I think Friday night we got a rude awakening, or maybe just an honest evaluation of where we're at, especially at this point in the season. And pretty disappointing, to say the least, on Friday night. And I just thought that, we had shown enough improvement to represent ourselves better than that Friday night. And to be honest with you, it was a rough weekend, and it was a tough way to end your season.
Yeah, that is a tough way to see it all. It kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So you played Blair Oaks 2 weeks in a row. There were two completely different games. You guys scored 43 on them. Here a couple weeks ago, you go there and they turned the Jets on defense or something.
Yeah, and what it was is what it is, and what it was is after being in the Tri-County, there's a sense of pride amongst the Blair Oaks people and their fans, and it goes through their whole program. I mean, their volleyball team's headed to state, their softball team just won a state championship, they're in the state playoffs. And when you have, this is the thing that we talked about this weekend, when you have the expectations to win, really, you don't have any other options. You don't think about the other stuff. As we go through the off season, as we build our program, creating that expectation to win is going to be so valuable, because once you expect to win, then nothing else is an option. And we really feel like that's been the Achilles heel, with that program is their kids are ingrained, and it's been a consistent approach throughout their programs, and it's something that's number one on our radar to work on this offseason, is making sure that our kids and our coaches, student body, everybody creates that expectation to win.
How do you build that in, though? I mean, because part of that is just getting used to winning.
Well, a lot of it is just the amount of time. I think you guys know as well as anybody, like, if you put time in, then you've got equity, not just sweat equity, but you got equity. And if you're putting time in, it means you're sacrificing. We always talk to our kids, like, if you're sacrificing time, relationships, whatever it may be, it's going to seem like it has more value to you. So sacrificing, and it's not just about putting more time in, but putting deliberate time in to make sure that we're better than we were last year. And my biggest point is, if we're behind people, we have to do more than they're doing. That's what I talk to people all the time. If you do the same amount of things that everybody else is doing, you're going to stay that same distance behind them. It doesn't work out by like, hey, next year will be better.
Right.
So this year in the off season, we're going to work. You'll see us outside all winter. You'll see us doing things above and beyond what we've done in the past, because we have to get caught up, and there's no other option.
Boy, that is a perfect way to look at it, though. I mean, that's a really good mantra. How much freedom do you have in the off season to bring the guys in and do things?
Well, we can do whatever we want. We can't practice football,
right,
but strength and conditioning. I know at my former school, I mean, we were on the field at times, in 0-degree weather.
Yeah.
It's about creating an idea of like, hey, we're going to work today. As the season gets along in the fall, I mean, you might be playing in the snow, and so we have freedom every day after school to do things in the strength and conditioning world, which can help create mental toughness and will create that sacrifice that we're talking about. So, there's a lot to be done.
Absolutely. That is so cool. Now, most of us have not been in a season-ending locker room. Some of us have. But it's kind of a special place when a season comes to an end. The coach addresses the players for the last time. But most people don't understand what's that like. Tell us what that's like.
Well, there's two things that I'll share about that. The first one is Brian McKenzie came in. He's a new member of the Lake of the Ozarks. He's the director of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in football for the entire Midwest. And he came in and spoke to our kids, and he talked about, who you are is not what you do. And what that does, it puts it in perspective. If you have a bad game on Friday night, that does not change who you are. That just means you're a bad football player on Friday night. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you need to start all the way back over. It just means that was the result. Everybody has a bad day at work, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person. But he did say, so who you are is not what you do. We make that clear. And then on the other side of it, he said, which I think is valuable, but don't disregard the fact of who you are does have a direct impact on how you do.
Right.
And so we talked about that. That was very clear to us. And when I told him to walk off the field, make sure you understand, okay, who you are. Not what you just did, but who you are, and walk off and represent yourself. And so, that's the main thing. And I also told the kids at the very beginning, it's like this, there's only so much you can say in that situation. So for me to give a bunch of coach talk and to try to make everybody feel a moment at that time is, I think, almost disrespectful to their personal space at that time. Yeah. So we talked about there's a lot of conversations to be had, a lot of things to be brought out. Now's not the time. You guys grieve. And I told them, think about how this feels, look at the scoreboard, and never let it happen again.
See, now you know why we love this guy so much, right? I mean, it's just amazing. All right, so this is our high school football coaches show. We're here at the School of the Osage. Coach Jolly will continue this conversation right after this. What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
Polylift boat lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you found the perfect boat. Now to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift boat lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Your time on the water is limited, and Hy-Vee in Osage Beach knows it. Let us do the shopping so you can maximize your lake time. With our Aisles online app, you can have your groceries delivered or ready for contactless pickup when you arrive to the lake. With all your grilling favorites, snacks, fresh produce, and home to the lake's largest wine, spirits, and beer department, your weekend at the lake starts with Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, where you'll find a helpful smile in every aisle.
Welcome back to the Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the wonderful folks at COMC. So we're talking with head coach Shannon Jolly here. You guys, you create memories every year. I mean, every team, every season creates memories, right? Can you go back and remember each team each year and a game or two or players or two from those teams?
That's probably a terrible question for me because I'm the worst at that.
Yeah.
I have colleagues and be like, do you remember in the fourth quarter, in 2003 when you guys, and I go, no, I don't. But I will tell you, the things I do remember are things that kids have done. And like during the season and come back, or it's more specifically even things that, kids have said. I was in Hy-Vee on Sunday, grabbing some stuff, and I ran into a former athlete, Thaxton May. And Thaxton played for me at Eldon, and he had his wife with him, and he had his son with him. And he was talking to me about the house that they bought, and they did these things. And I can remember those things, and I can remember Thaxton, and usually it revolves around those kids that overachieve. And, when we get phone calls, man, I bet I get a phone call a week from a student athlete or something. So, and as soon as they say, man, all those memories come back.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many yards they had in a game. I couldn't even tell you what my record is or what this is, but I can sure when those names come up with those kids, I can remember, those moments and some of those times spent with them. So I'll take that one any day over the plays and the yards and the statistics.
Absolutely. So I got a chance to watch you on the field, off the field. You've started up a new program here, Next Man Up, which is really neat, helping young men in the community. But as we were at one of your meetings, I was watching you, and you were going around. I mean, it's almost like you're a father to each one of these kids in a way. It's a pretty special relationship you have there, but it also takes a lot of energy.
You just need to. You've got to figure out. I think several years ago, I kind of figured out what I wanted to do. I got to spend some time with Ed Thomas, who was in Appleton, Parkersburg, who was tragically murdered, and he was a high school football coach, and the story made national headlines. And you get to be around these significant people, and then you realize, hey, that's who I want to be. My wife and I went to an FCA marriage retreat, something that's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. And we were sitting there, and by the time we got done, they wanted to offer feedback. And my feedback was, I'm around people that I want to be like. And so as you get older and maybe more wise and you grow and you understand that the model those behaviors and patterns, not only in your family, but in that. So assuming a father role to me is an easy one because these kids, you're with them so long. And our relationships are special. And that's the only unfortunate part that maybe everybody on the outside doesn't get to see. They get to see maybe a bad call, or he doesn't get to play, or he doesn't get this. But those relationships inside are the most valuable things we have.
Yeah, they really are. I think it was John Wooden that talked about the value of a coach and just the power that has in kids' life. Doesn't matter if they're boys or girls, men or women. It doesn't matter what the sport is. The coach has so much power over lives. They remember you for the rest of their lives.
We talk all the time. It takes a team of people to raise someone all the way through adolescence into male. And I've got 3 daughters, and Maria, Stella, and Clara, and I can only hope that they have coaches, teachers, custodians, cooks, and all of those people around them that have the same passion that I do about young people, because I know if they do, then I know they're going to be just fine. And that's something that I'll continue to work on and finish with as I continue my path in this profession. But that's the most important thing to me.
Well, thank you so much for giving us your time every week. Come in, sit down, win or lose, didn't matter. Sit down, talk about things, and have fun. Hopefully you will allow us to do it again next year.
We'll be ready to go. And, you guys tell Jeff that I said hi. Tell him I'll be a Laker fan for the first time on Friday night. And anyway, you tell him I said good luck and congrats to him moving forward.
All right. Thank you, Coach.